Hi there, and welcome to Fishing Utah. It is that ice fishing time of year. A lot of you are already out there on the ice. I've been out quite a few times myself, but I wanted to do a quick video, real quick, just to go over some of the things that make ice fishing a lot more enjoyable. You know, ice fishing is a very fun sport, but a lot of people get frustrated with it because they get cold. There's a couple of things that are the enemy of the ice fisherman. Number one, you're not active. You're sitting out there on a block of ice. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's blowing, sometimes, conditions might be snowing, might be raining. But you're out there in the elements, and you're typically not terribly active while you're out there. Some people do hole hop a lot, move around, drill holes a bunch. They stay warm. But for those, the majority that I see out there, they go out there and they drill a few holes and they sit tight for much of the day. And there's a few things that you can do to ensure that you have a good, comfortable time out there on the ice. First of all, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you stay warm, warm and dry out there. I see a lot of people out there in Levi's. I've seen people out there in sneakers. That's just not a good way to go to stay warm. So if you can stay warm and dry, you're going to have a good time out on the ice. What we want to do when we go out on the ice is prepare by layering up with good layer system that will keep you warm and dry. There's two things that will keep you most warm and dry, and that's having warm feet and a warm head, because those are your two places. Your feet are on the ice and your head is where most of your heat dissipates out of your body. So wear a good pair of wool socks. You could make sure that they're moisture wicking. Wool is good. Polypropylene is good. A lot of people even like to put a thin liner sock on underneath these. Next step is I wear a good pair of medium to heavyweight thermals, and these also should be moisture wicking. They're up against your skin. You want that to pull moisture away as you might sweat a little bit. You want the moisture pulled away from your skin out into the layers of your clothing. So a good base layer of moisture wicking thermals. Next, I put on a good fleece liner pant. These are a pair of pants that I got from Cabela's. They're quite good. They're heavy fleece. One thing I like is that they've got the stirrups on the bottom so that they don't ride up as you pull on your other clothing or as you move around. They stay down where they should. I like a good fleece hoodie. A hoodie that it'll be tight. It'll gather up around your neck and keep wind and things out of your neck and from going down into your body. It'll hold that heat in. Also has the hoodie so that you can put it up over your head if you need to. I like this ice armor suit. It is super good. It's waterproof pretty much. It's got padded knees, a great insulation. It's got great wind resistance. I can be out there in some heavy winds and not feel a thing. And it keeps me warm and dry. I can kneel on the snow. I can kneel in a little bit of slush. I don't get wet knees. I stay dry. Once you start getting wet, you're in trouble. The other thing is I've got these great waterproof boots. These are Cabela's. I think they're called the Cabela's Inferno. They've got 1,000 milligrams of Thinsulate in them. Super waterproof, got great traction so I don't slip on the ice. But those are a little overkill perhaps, but I've never gotten cold, never had cold feet wearing those boots. Next step is to wear a good insulated stocking cap. It'll keep your head warm, keep the heat in your head there, so that your head doesn't get cold, and that'll keep your ears warm. So that's a good thing to have. Another good thing that I wear occasionally is this nice fleece neck gaiter that's going to go right up over my head. I can cinch it down and stay really nice and toasty warm there. Another thing, even these sun buffs that people wear during the summertime, just that little layer can help keep you really nice and toasty warm out there when it's a little bit chilly on the ice. I like to wear a good pair of Thinsulate gloves, waterproof Thinsulate gloves, especially when I'm going out in the morning. I rarely fish with these, but they're great to pull the sled and get out there and keep your hands warm so that they're functioning well. Then most of the time, if it's warm enough, I'll switch over to a good pair of fingerless gloves. These are fleece gloves, and I'll oftentimes take two or three pairs of these so that as they get a little bit wet handling fish and whatever else, my hands will stay nice and warm and dry, and that keeps my hands from cracking up and getting cold and miserable. And last of all, last but not least, to stay comfy on the ice, don't forget a good pair of sunglasses. That snow is really bright. I've had mild cases of snow blindness out there when I've forgotten these things, and it's not fun. It's a little bit unnerving when you start kind of blacking out a little bit. So take your good pair of fishing glasses out there. Polarizes great, cuts the glare off the snow a little bit, and also helps you to see things going on around you really well, and keeps your eyes comfortable, keeps you from getting a headache too, because your eyes aren't strained. But anyway, that's my setup. I also would like to go over just a little bit. A lot of guys don't want to spend $180 or $220 for an ice suit. Yes, you can fish with less, but this is made for staying out on the ice all day long. But a lot of you are just interested in going out for maybe 2 to 3 hours of the day, and these things work really good. I use these for a long time. Just a nice pair of Carhartt or Walls coveralls. They're warm, they're well insulated, they cut the wind pretty well. But the only problem with them is they're water resistant, but not waterproof. So if you kneel down in the ice, your knees are going to get wet. If it's snowing, over time the moisture is going to get into you. And so these are great for a short trip of 2 or 3 hours. And layer that on top with a good coat that's water resistant. This is a lighter coat, but it's got a good fleece inner liner, and has done well for me over the years until I got the ice armor suit, which was much better and allowed me to stay out longer. And these boots here, these are just a basic Kamek boot. You can get it in many stores around. These are a 400, I think these are 400 grams of Thinsulate, and they keep you pretty warm. They're waterproof and do very well. So that's my lineup for staying comfortable and warm on the ice, and I hope that helps so that you can have an enjoyable time out on the ice and enjoy this great sport that many of us love, we look forward to every year. So anyway, we will see you soon out there on the ice.